Hello, beautiful friends. It's Erika. Today we're going to be taking a look at Mars in Pisces. This will be happening between May 13th and June 28th. Mars is the planet of action, the planet of taking charge, and often it can be the masculine energies within all of us. And it's just been in the sign of Aquarius for the last approximate 6 weeks. That's usually how long it spends in each sign. And we're heading into the sign of Pisces, which is the last sign in the zodiac. It is a water sign, very intuitive, very emotional, very dreamy, very romantic. So you can imagine what happens when the planet of action and passion meets this energy of this very watery energy of Pisces. So I did do a video. I do the videos on all the different transits of Mars and Venus, which are the planets that you want to look at when it comes to love and relationships in general. Venus being the feminine aspect and Mars being the masculine aspect. So I do have a playlist that you can check out. I will link it at the end of this video to make it easy for you guys to find. So we're going to take a look at what's going on when Mars enters Pisces. So we're going to look at the overall energies of this transit. What overall messages do we have here is leap. You go first. The universe will catch you. Isn't that interesting? This is where we might feel the intense desire to take some sort of an action in our life that is like almost like a Hail Mary. Like, I got to go for this. I got to do this. I just have to follow my heart and my intuition. And I'm just going to go for it because the universe is about to catch you. Meaning you could be feeling very propelled to do something during this time where it's like, I just got to go for it. I just got to go for it. I'm done trying to figure it out. I'm done trying to plan all the different contingencies and my plan A, B, C, and D in case plan A and B doesn't work. This is where it's like, you know what? You get the efforts and you're just going, I gotta go. I gotta do this. Very, very interesting. And then we're getting the mouse spirit, tend to the small things. Interesting. Interesting. So this is the energy of the little aspects of our lives, like not ignoring the little aspects, the little things. And it's almost like I'm hearing more this mouse spirit energy is coming across more like a whisper that adds up to a loud shout over time. I know that sounds strange, but that's what I'm hearing. And it's almost like pay attention during this transit of what's going on. What do you do on a day-to-day basis, a little at a time, and trusting in the bigger picture, trusting in the bigger plan, trusting in the universe that has your best interest at heart when you trust it to guide you to your next little thing. One thing to another, to another. It's almost like, I always say this regarding spirit and the guidance we get. It's almost like they breadcrumb you on your path, and you might not know where the breadcrumbs are going to lead, but all you can do is focus on the next thing, then the next thing, then the next thing. Interesting message there. So let's get another card for this Mars and Pisces energy. Soul cage. Wow. Rescue, escape from captivity, and restriction. There we go. This is where see how this mermaid is rescuing this guy who's fallen into the ocean, and he's kind of like, she's saving him and bringing him to the light and to the surface. We're getting leap and we're getting escaping from your soul cage. Where have you been in a perceived captivity? Where have you been restricted? Where have you been held back? Very interesting. I'm actually going to get a fourth card for the overall energy. I'm feeling another message coming through that will round out this series of themes. So again, this is where we break free from the matrix and our programming and our inner wounding, our, you know, where we've kept ourselves strong. And maybe some of you have been having a really hard time. You know, Pisces is a water sign, so sometimes this is where we can get, where we can confront our shadows in a big way, because obviously Pisces being a water sign, highly intuitive, very sensitive, very emotional. And the Mars in Pisces energy can help us confront ourselves when it comes to our deepest emotions. And lastly, we're getting exploration, boldness, the unknown, and limitless. Look at this. Look at the bookends here. We've got leap and we've got exploration. You're limitless. Go into the unknown. Really, really, really beautiful message where we're truly ascending into the higher dimensions. As we speak, it's the theme of 2020. You guys have heard me say it. So let's take a look at the energy that we are leaving behind. And guys, I will be doing an extended, and I'm mixing it up a little bit, what I'm doing in the extended. And I'm going to be taking a look at how we're going to be asserting ourselves during this time, what shadows we are going to be confronting within ourselves or could be confronting. We're going to look also at guidance for every zodiac sign. We're going to look at specific also for the divine masculine and feminine and relationships specifically, and a whole bunch more stuff. That's going to be in the extended if you're interested in continuing on. But let's see what energies we are leaving behind. So we're leaving behind this, we're in this priestess energy with Mars being in Aquarius, right? How are you being called to step up and lead? You know, we have aligned with our expansion during Mars in Aquarius. And like I said, I did do a video on that if you want to check that out to really help get more in depth on what I'm about to share here. But this is where, through Mars being in Aquarius, you've connected to where you want to lead, where you want to take action, where you want to be a bit rebellious in your life, where you want to break free, where you want to do things differently. And it's like you've been in that place of trusting your own inner calling, your ancient wisdom of what you're meant to do here in the world, in the grand scheme of things here. Let's see what else we're leaving behind. So we're getting the wolf spirit, turning knowledge into wisdom. So we've got 2 cards of wisdom here. This is where we've learned from our experiences. This is where we're ready. Some of us may be that lone wolf, right? Because wolves actually, the term lone wolf is I'm going to just be okay on my own, which you can be, but wolves are actually communal animals and they thrive in community. So this is where you may have been a lone wolf and led something on your own. You've broken free from the crowd somewhere in your life. Maybe this is in your beliefs. Maybe this is in what others expect of you from your life. You've broken free and you're ready to live true to your spirit and take the lead in your own life. So that's not to say that other wolves won't come along with you, but this is where you are courageous to learn from what you know, and the wisdom always comes from experience, right? Because you can be very book smart, but when you go out into the real world, it's like you could have a whole world of hurt when it comes to not understanding life. Okay, so this is where we have learned from our experiences, and we're turning that into our understanding, our knowing, and all of the good that comes with that. So we're getting 2 here. So we're getting beauty and the song of the siren. So this is about the call, the summoning voice to acknowledge, and this is beauty, the grace, loveliness, integrity of form and spirit. Many of you have been called here during Mars in Aquarius to break free, to lead, to know where you're going, to desire to move out into a new territory, a new environment, into the unknown. And you're going to be able to get that opportunity during Mars in Pisces energy. This is where we acknowledge the call of our soul. We acknowledge our truth. We speak our truth. We're also doing so integrating form and spirit, which is where we integrate the beauty in all things. We initiate grace. We initiate compassion. and where we really have been awakened to see how life can really be beautiful. It doesn't have to be this. So let's take a look at the energy we're moving into. So when Mars goes into Pisces, and that's the other thing I'll be doing in the extended, is we're going to get a sneak peek as to what happens when Mars moves into Aries, the first sign of the zodiac. So those in the extended will get a sneak peek into that, but stay tuned to the channel because obviously I'll be doing a video on that as we get closer to then anyway here on YouTube. But that's going to be an interesting transition from Pisces to Aries. That's always a fascinating little jump in energy. So let's take a look at the energy we're going into. We're going to the awakening, energetic upgrades, a new way of being, and integration. Well, here we go. This is where we are trusting our ascension process. We are trusting the bigger picture, the meaning behind everything. We're moving into living a new way of life. We are being elevated. Look at this. We're being lifted up to a higher vibration, to higher consciousness. And with Pisces, this really connects us to where there can be, in Mars and Pisces, there can be an energy of where it's a little bit complicated to figure out how to go after what you want. It's almost like it can get a little murky because Mars wants to take action. Go for it. And then Pisces is the idealist, the romantic energy. And so it can kind of muddy the water. So the action you want to take can become a little less clear. Therefore, this is what allows for the soul to just go, you know what, I don't really see clearly what action to take, so I'm just going to trust the process. I'm going to trust the things I'm getting, the guidance that I'm getting. Let's see where else we're going into here. The brown bear taking some time out. Yeah, it's interesting because we do have, during this time frame with Mars and Pisces, we do have several retrogrades going on. And so this is where we hibernate a little bit. We need to take some time to ourselves as we integrate new energies, new information, new territories. When we go into a new territory, there's an acclimatization that happens, where you have to adjust to your new environment. And when Mars is in Pisces, there may be this energy you connected to with Mars in Aquarius, and now that you're having to almost like, you know, let it sink in, let that new energy permeate your cells, let it permeate your being, let it permeate your soul. And so get another card here on the energy we're going into. Divine sensuality. Wow. The 22 card. Check that out. Of course, it's the same numerology as the year 2020, is it not? 2-2 adds up to a 4. Double twos, partnership. So you may, of course, divine sensuality, which is all about like true soul connection. This is the physical aspects of sensuality and the physical body. This is where we may very much be feeling very romantic, and it might distract us a little bit from the action that we want to take, where it's like we could get easily caught up in something that almost like hypnotizes us from our forward movement, the action that we want to take. We might take some time out from our day-to-day busy lives to just enjoy ourselves, to be honest. I mean, this is really what this is tuning into here. And I'm actually going to get another card of the energy we're moving into. And it can be a little frustrating when Mars is in Pisces, because Mars can get a little aggressive and a little frustrated when it's embodying the shadow aspects of Mars energy, which is like you could have a frustration when it comes to like you want to take action in a certain place in your life, but maybe suddenly like you can't move forward, or you're frustrated because you're so distracted by beauty by connecting to the feminine, the sacred feminine. I mean, look at this. This is two lovely ladies here, lovely mermaids that are calling here to connect to that energy. And this is the physical expression of it. Let's get another card for Mars in Pisces. Reflective truth, looking in the mirror, self-love and acceptance. So breaking free of our soul cage, you know, this is where we can do a lot of deep healing work. This is where some people will be really lifted into higher dimensions, to higher consciousness. And this is, again, like I said at the beginning, Mars in Pisces has us confront our own selves, right? And here's that message. We're going to be confronting our own selves. Where have we been holding back from our consciousness rising? Where have we stayed in lower vibrational situations or circumstances or relationships? So I'm going to get some cards now and take a look at what energies is going to be supporting us. How is Mars in Pisces going to support us? Where are you being called to journey to? So it's really connecting you to where you want to go, where your soul is calling you to go, going beyond limits, going into new territory, going into the unknown, escaping from captivity and restriction. Where are you being called to journey to? And let's see what energies could be challenging us with Mars and Pisces. Filling up your well, rest, retreat, and refuel. Look at that. Taking a time out. Like I said, it can be frustrating to have to take a time out from forward movement in your life. And Mars doesn't do well with that. And so Mars likes it a lot more. That's why I'm saying the energy is going to shift when Mars goes into Aries. I guarantee it. Aries being a fire sign, first sign of the zodiac, the initiator, the leader, the go-getter. Paired up with Mars, it's crazy how the shift is going to happen. So it's almost like Mars in Pisces is going to be a difficult time because there could be some things that need to be integrated, shed, pay attention to like the day-to-day, because the bigger things are going to come when Mars enters Aries. I'll be really interested to see what messages come through when I do that over in the extended, when I do that video later here on the channel towards the end of June. So this is where I feel like in Mars and Aquarius, we've connected to what we really want. And when Mars is in Pisces, there can be a little bit of that like, okay, I know I'm going somewhere, but I have to be patient. I have to let this new information integrate. I have to close out the old. I have to clear the old. I have to escape from the past. I'm going into the unknown that I know is incredible, but I can't quite go there yet because I can't quite see the path lining up just yet. And it's almost like it's interesting that we're getting the song of the siren, because the siren can be a bit of that distractor, right? It's that like hypnotic call that just sort of distracts you slightly from where you're going. But there's a purpose behind it, a greater purpose behind it, that's leading you into a beautiful new territory where you're going to be taking a leap. You're going to be bold. And it's building this, and you're really connecting to the idea that you're limitless. But it's almost like when you know you're gonna go, when the parents announce to the kids we're gonna go to Disneyland, but then they tell them like a month ahead of time, and it feels so far away that it's a little frustrating that you can't go now. It's like, you know, you're going there, and you're super excited to go there, but you can't quite go yet. I feel like that's gonna be the challenge of the Mars and Pisces energy for the collective. But just know that what comes on the other side of that is pretty incredible. And again, we do have a couple eclipses coming in June, which will be occurring during this transit of Mars and Pisces. So stay tuned to those videos forthcoming as well. So All right, guys, I'm going to pull one guidance card for you guys that are not going on to the extended. We're going to get in a lot more guidance into the extended, as well as the guidance for each of the zodiac signs. We're going to get into a whole lot more. The link to check out what's in the extended is down below. And for those of you not going on, I'm going to leave you with the final guidance card for the best guidance for how to navigate through Mars and Pisces energy. What is the best guidance? And there you have courage. Look at that. Leap. Boldness, exploration, breaking free of captivity and restriction. You are safe. Fear is an illusion. And set strong boundaries. So this is all about being courageous. If you're afraid of the unknown, you know you're going somewhere beautiful. So just know that you're safe. Have courage. And fear is an illusion. All right, lovely friends. I hope that was helpful. And until next time, I send you much love. Bye.